Alright guys, I'm back with another video. This one is a 3D print video. I haven't done a 3D print in a while on TW Home Show. My name's Todd, and that's with Todd's World Home Show. Today I made a 3D project. It's called here's what I call it, a pinball arcade machine. And it works off of a Fire tablet, 10-inch Amazon Fire tablet, and consists of 3 3D printed parts. These parts go together like this, like a case. I'm going to glue that together. I made it 2 pieces. Originally I had 1, and I kept getting failed prints, and I thought, well, let me cut this in half so that I don't go like a whole day and find out the last part of it fails. So this way you've got shorter prints to keep track of. And this is the actual bezel faceplate, and your tablet slides right into those notches right there, and then the whole thing fits on top here. And then what I've got is this Android board, arcade board, pinball arcade board, and I'm going to show you the products you need to charge and connect your Fire tablet while you have it in here. And then we've got our pinball, like size pinball buttons. It's going to make it realistic. They're already cut out. So, and then the pinball switches, and then we've also got a couple joysticks that go up in the front here. They'll stick out here. And everything should be cut perfectly so that we have the right access to our switch in the back, a charging port that will go down into there, into that hole. And then this has a switch on it. One way is to charge it, one way is to play your games, and that fits out the back there. And I'm going to show you that's unique here on my print. It tells you which way is play, which way is charge. So let's get started. Okay, I've got the 3D print in place, glued together, and I clamped it. I just used some gel super glue, and it's working just fine. And right now I'm just installing the buttons and these little joysticks. These joysticks fit right in here. I did have to modify this hole slightly larger for them to fit down and clip in how I wanted them to be fit. And they're fitting in there just fine now. And in the print I post online, in the descriptions below, I'll make sure I have that print corrected for that size. But these just come in from the back side and stick out. The knobs can pull off, and they've got a flat spot, if you look inside the knob there, that will fit one way to push back on here. And these joysticks that come with this Android control unit, it's got a push button feature as well as directional. So that's cool. They may play with some games. I'm not sure which ones yet, but we'll find out. And I got the select button in. Be careful. I did break-in testing this unit. Before this, I was just testing on the table to see how these pinball buttons work. And you got to put these switches on to connect to the Android board. And to get them to fit into your holes, the switches have to come off to fit in there. And I broke a leg off of my L1 button. See that? The leg that broke off right here, this leg broke off of here. So I'm going to be using L2 and R2 on each side here in this build. And they seem to fit really good in there. Comes with the nuts. Plastic nuts, screw them on in place. And I'm just mounting these buttons in place, and then I'll get the board in there, the Android board, which is right here, powered by a USB cord right here. And then I'll experiment plugging them into the right pins and get the buttons to do exactly what I want them to do. But for now, I'm just going to get the buttons in first. Oops, wrong way. Make sure your buttons are lined up, letters lined up straight. Nice pinball button. L2, pinball button, select pinball button. It's going to be cool, guys. Let me get the board in place and then we'll start wiring this. All right, guys, as far as the Android control board I got for the pinball buttons, I purchased this one right here, and I'll leave the link in the description below. Here's the Android board. If you look on the back, it does say for Android. I'm not having any issues with it. I don't actually use all of these connections, as you'll see in another diagram that I might have already showed you. But it does come with the two little joysticks that are pushable as well. And but that's it. I purchased my buttons separately. I got clear buttons. I thought I was going to make them illuminate, but I couldn't figure out how to do it because I didn't have the correct attaching wires included with this kit. I'm not even sure this board supports illuminated pinball buttons. But now I see today they have this, and this is the whole entire kit with buttons included for only $4 more. You can't beat this deal. So I would go for this kit right here. I did see the button holes for these buttons are 28 millimeters, which are the same size holes that I made the 3D print case for. So you shouldn't have any problems fitting these buttons in and using this. It says on the back of this board, it is the same thing. It's for Android as well. So you shouldn't have any issues. All right, I've got all the wiring laid out. As you can see here, I don't use any on this side. This right here is actually for a joystick. I think it came in another kit that you can buy. I don't need the joystick, but if you're interested in working with an Android tablet and you want to add a joystick, fully functionable, maybe add on to this 3D print, have more buttons and controllers, you can do so. I just wanted to simply set this up for most pinball games on Android. So I've got it set up with the basic buttons. I got a right and left select button up front and two left and right joysticks with push options as well. Okay, so these little joystick options right here, they take these wide bands connectors. The right one is on the top, the left one plugs into the bottom of the board, and those connectors. I'll leave a little diagram up here. You can pause it if you want to check that out while I'm gluing this in. Also, these wide bands, they come with one extra 2-prong option for the pressing. Hear that click, that pressing? You can press it in the middle, and that gives you another option for a button. So it kind of comes off that wide band. And then the other, the switches for the buttons, I just got a clip in here now, and I've got them all laid out where they're supposed to go. So just press your button and see where this pin comes out, this plastic arm comes out to push this clicker mechanism here. Make sure these are plugged in correctly. Let's see, do I have the right one here? No, I don't. This one is for the front button. Make sure they're on the spade connectors there tightly. And this one is my right button. So make sure I line the clicker up right and fit them in the side holes without breaking your plastic retainers. Which can be tricky. Just slide it up while pulling this retainer back a little bit, and then push it, rotate it into place, and it clicks into place. Now that button's working. Okay, I got the joysticks plugged in. I need the center button connector. Make sure your spades are connected tight. Here I have them plugged in. The blue is on the top. If you're looking at it like this, the blue goes in here, COM1, and the white goes into, looks like NO3 connector. So make sure this button matches up with this. And we'll put this one in place. Uh-oh, this one we're going to have a problem. Because the button, let me see if I can realign this. I got to untighten the nut. Darn it, I got it pretty tight. And these are just plastic nuts on here. Okay. Now, if I turn it though, it's going to make my select button be upside down. So let's see what kind of options we can do here to fix that. Now, I've broken one of these before too. But if you press these in, these little tabs, you can release the button if you're careful without breaking the tabs off. See that button lifted up a bit there? These are brittle plastic buttons. Oh, I see. I think you got to release this down below here too. This clicker button to allow it to pull up. Okay. Okay, that's how I got it now. I want that select to be turned. I turn it upside down like that. But then, let me see how my switch would mount. Then my buttons aren't going to be right. It's going to be on the wrong side. So I don't like how they label these. I think. Alright guys, I took my label maker and I made my button say go. That's all I could think of. And it's upside down. Select was this way, so now I can turn it this way and have it say go. And be careful pushing these plastic tabs back in. Come on. I made it this far. Come on. Slide this out first, then you can put your tabs in there, then push it in. Okay, now is this right now? Okay. Go, yeah, and then it's going to fit in there. Put it in here first before you snap your switch onto the back or it won't fit in there right. Tighten up your nut. Make sure your letters are lined up straight horizontally. Tighten it up snug. Then we can snap our switch in. Put in that one first. Then the bottom. Very careful. There we go. Hopefully we got clearance for a tablet there. Still yet. We could probably bend that a bit. Like that. Okay, our third and final button over here. Make sure these spades are in there nice and firmly. Blue one goes on the top, white one goes in the end. Move our wires away from here. And gently put this one in. Guys, we're going to be playing pinball very soon, very shortly. And I get to use a glue gun for the first time. I've never used one of these before. Because I think I'm going to, see, I got to fit in this extra cord right here. I'll show you how that goes. I think I'm just going to have this sit down here in the bottom. Unwind this a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. I've been working on it for a while to get, mainly to get the case designed and printed without falling apart and failing before it was complete. And then that's how I figured out, well, I'll make it a two-piece design and glue it together, and it's working really well, it looks like. And I think I'm just gonna, see, I don't want it to interfere with the tablet on top here. I want the tablet to sit flat, of course. Let's see here, see if we're hitting anything. Yeah, this cord here. So I think we're going to have to mount it like this. I'm going to mount it up like that, just with a couple dabs of this glue. Let's see, I guess you just turn it on. Okay. I guess you just hold it for a minute. I'm going to hit some glue gun attaching these two cases together too, because I just did it with super glue. Sometimes that will go. Oh shit, there go my miss. Is that 3 o'clock? And 8 o'clock. All right, so it's still blue light. I guess you just have to wait till these things heat up. And I think it did the job. All our buttons working, joystick's working, got the board plugged in. Oh yeah, we need one more thing, glued. What I did, guys, you're gonna have to get this. This is cool as heck. These are USB cords, cables, but they transmit not only data, but power charging through these. And that's what you need to make this operate right. So you can just switch the switch on this thing, which is a Suyama switch. If you have, there's a switch on the side, charge or OTG. Have it on charge and it will charge your tablet without you even taking the tablet off of the top of this pinball machine. If you put on OTG, I'm going to have the switch on the back here, see, put an OTG while this is plugged in and this is plugged in, then you're going to be able to play it, right, without even lifting the tablet off. And I'm going to have this actually sticking down through this hole here. With the switch. Switch is going to be right here. And I engraved there, charge. Flick it that way, charge your tablet. Or flick it that way to play mode. And then, see this just magnetized to it? Boom, you're charging your unit. You keep it all together. You don't have to remove the tablet or anything like that. So I don't know if you saw that or not, but this way is charge and this one's play, and the switch is right here. So I'm going to hot glue this down there too so it stays in place. And this is magnetized, charging cord, boom, charging and data cord all in one. And I'll leave the links to this as well, because you're going to need this piece right here. So let's hit this with the hot glue gun, and we'll be right back. And this powers the board here, so you need to plug it into any one of these. I'll turn it on. And then let me just show you, when you have this connected to your charge right there. You plug in your tablet on the top up here. Your Fire tablet, Amazon Fire tablet, 10-inch. I'll leave a link to everything you need to make this. Fits cleanly on top of there. Look at that, guys. Pretty good. Except for that cord there, I might have to hot glue that down. Well, you want to be able to remove it, that's the thing. So I'm sure this will get a little bit more flexible as we work it into place. But these right here, these cords probably need to be hot glued down. Yeah, I need to hot glue those down. So let me do that next. And see, I put a hole down below here so you can actually turn the tablet on and off right here. You can reach up through the hole because your on-off button's right there. You can reach your finger up through there to do that. Let me get these connectors glued in place and I'll be right back. So guys, let's take a look and see what our 3D Pinball Arcade tabletop can do. Hope you like it. I'm pretty impressed with it myself. And if we scoot over here, we take a look at how it looks now. And maybe we can get a couple games in as well. So here it is, it's battery operated, actually powered by the Fire TV or the Fire tablet, 10-inch. Can lift off here. It is plugged in currently, has one power plug at the top that connects to a connector there. You can see our game board is powered on. It's lit up underneath there. So it's being supplied power by your Fire tablet, and that just sits on top there. And on the back here you've got a charge and a play, and this switch goes back and forth. If you want to charge it, turn it this way. You get your connector cords, magnetic data and charging connector cords work very well with this. Anytime you want to charge your tabletop game machine up. It was 3D printed, 3 pieces. The front case, the front half, I ran out of the same color, silver, so that's why it's two-tone right here. It's got nice legs right here, and saving on some filament time, I kind of shaped it like this, which gives it a nice aerodynamic look and actually nice look to it. And then your third piece is the bezel part. Now the bezel part, I do have an update for, which I'll leave in the description below on Thingiverse. I've got these beveled at the top here, and the speaker holes line up a little bit to the center, a little more right above the speaker holes in your tablet. If you notice, if we lift it up, here's the Fire tablet speaker holes right here and here, and then they come out these openings on the bezel. The bezel holds your Fire tablet in place very well with all these ledges around here to keep it centered within the case. And also I'm gonna have to modify this just a little bit, the back half of the case, because the tablet is hitting on these connectors here, especially this one. So I'll modify that before you actually decide if you want to purchase this little hobby kit and all the components. Everything will be left in the description below, but I'm very happy with it. I'm sure you will be too. And so let's see what this thing can do. Let's power up our tablet. Like I told you before, I have a hole right here where you can press the on button on the tablet easily without even lifting it. So here's our home screen right here, and I'm going to go ahead and unlock it. Hopefully you can see that well. Let me scoot it up here a little bit better. I'll try to play a game or so. Now here's the pinball games I got. I got this Zen Pinball, PINBALL Arcade. I think that's Williams Pinball, and another arcade. But you can search online in the Play Store and find whatever you like. Let's see, I'm going to try to play this Zen Pinball right now. Another thing, guys, which is pretty cool, is this speaker, Bluetooth speaker. I might make a add-on bracket up here to make it a full-fledged pinball machine, because watch, when I turn this Bluetooth speaker on, it's got a switch on the back. I've already got it paired to our game machine. Look at that. Much deeper sound, if you can hear that. So if you have this going with your pinball machine, and then you can just go through your games right here. Let's play Universal and select that. And let's try Jaws. We'll select that. And we'll go up to single player, select. I'm doing all this with the front joystick button. I'm just pressing to select. And if you want, you can just hit the touch screen. Let's turn this down a bit. Your camera mode is up here. When we get onto the game board, you'll see how you can do that. The flippers here. Okay, now it's telling you to go ahead and shoot your ball off. So you take this flipper or this joystick right here, hold it down, and let go.
Come on, Chief, it ain't that hard.
And guys, look at this. This is a full-fledged bar top pinball arcade machine. You could 3D print this and amaze your family members and friends that you have over to your home entertainment center or bar area. Here's the camera adjustment right here if you want. Let me turn this down a bit. Actually, I'll turn this off. You get the feeling of that sound, deep sound you can get. We'll just switch it over to the tablet right now. And this is the where you can tilt your screen up or down to get different views. We'll go ahead and fire this ball off. Very happy with it, especially once I get the fine tuning of the 3D print done. I'm sure you guys will be too. This is going to be something to show off to everybody. And I say, I've made these in 2 halves, like I told you before, just to save a print. If you get 2 days into it and it fails, you're not at a total loss. Hopefully, with being able to print at least 1 half at a time. And I believe like this front half was about 8 hours, and the back half the back half needed some supports and stuff, so that took a little bit longer. I think it was about 11 hours with the support. And your go button on the front that I renamed can take you back and go back to home. Select that, continue to get out, and let's see, let's go ahead and get out of this game. Now if I swipe up, I can go back to the home menu. Let's try Williams. See how Williams does, and then I'll get you guys on the way so that you can get these files downloaded and go visit Amazon and get all these parts ordered. Okay. Sometimes you can react with just the buttons on the joystick and move through the screen. Sometimes you have to touch it. Either way, it works. We'll do this Mars Attack one. Play. And sometimes I notice the ball is on a different, it's on this side, on the Williams. So just be aware. It's not perfect, but I'm sure somebody would get loads of fun out of this game. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to point it down here closer, see if we can hit a couple games. I'm just going to play with this one. Oh, well, that's how it looks, guys. Guys, thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. Hope you enjoy this one, and I'll see you on the next one.